It's always exciting when we get someone to make their SportsCenter with Jay Onrait debut. Keegan Matheson of MLB.com. I wish this was under better circumstances, especially because Chris Bassitt had been so good leading up to this game, but a frustrating performance for him. 5 runs over 5 1/3. How disappointed of a start is this for you?
Hey, very. Chris Bassitt looked great his last 2 outings, 8 innings each. But this time he was battling it from the very beginning. He had a problem with the PitchCom device. He balked in the first run. That's not how any of us expected this to start. But when you have a poor start from your starting pitcher in a game like this, the Blue Jays miss out on their big advantage. Their bullpen is so much better than the Rangers. But when you stick them in a game like this, it's hard to play catch-up. This lineup isn't exactly like those old lineups that used to hit for power and blast their way back into games. They're a bit more of a one-step-at-a-time lineup, not really built to make up a big deficit like that.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I think in 2015, 2016, they'd get into a deficit. You had Bautista, you had Encarnacion, you had Donaldson to mash them back into reality. So if they can't get, are they in trouble here, Keegan, if they can't get out of jams like this?
They might be. You don't see too many of those 10-1, 12-2 games in the postseason, but when they happen, the Blue Jays might be a little hard-pressed to climb up that hill quickly. You mentioned 15 and 16. I even think back to 2021 when Marcus Semien on the Rangers now was on the Blue Jays, and they had the best offense in baseball by a lot. So this team is not hitting for a lot of power this year. It hasn't been the biggest story, but I think it's very important. This team should be hitting for more power, because when you do that, we forget about a lot of the other problems, and you see how it can be hard to come back in a game like this tonight.
Keegan, this is the problem for the Jays. We know there'll be no sweep, obviously, but they've got to win the next 3 games of this series, or they will not hold that tiebreaker over the Texas Rangers, and that could be very important at the end of the season. Keegan Matheson, what a fantastic debut. Thank you, my friend.
Hey, thank you, Jay.